Good day, everyone. Today we are going to talk about a shape called rectangle. Most of you are conversant with the shape called rectangle. And before we go into that shape called rectangle, we are going to see the features of that shape called rectangle. First of all, rectangle is a quadratic shape. Rectangle is a quadratic shape. Number two, rectangle has two opposite sides that are equal with each other. It has two opposite sides that are equal with each other. And number three, rectangle has the total angle of 360 degrees, which each of the angles has an angle of 90 degrees. That is the property of a rectangle. Now we are going to go into the main reason we are here to discuss about the rectangle. That is finding the area of a rectangle, finding its perimeter, and also how can we find other sides and diagonal of a rectangle. Okay, now let us go to the features, the areas of finding a rectangle. Now, number one, to find the area of a rectangle, it becomes length times width. To find the area of a rectangle, which is length times width. Number two, to find the size of the area of a rectangle, to find the width of area of a rectangle, to find the width of a rectangle when area and length is given, it becomes area divided by length. To find number three, to find length of a triangle when the width and area is given, it becomes area divided by the width. These are the features of finding a rectangle when area is given and the sides are given. We are going to go into the perimeter of a rectangle. Now, before we go into what is perimeter of a rectangle, perimeter of a rectangle is distance around the shape of a rectangle. And let us know how to get it if an example. Now, number one on that aspect, finding the perimeter of a rectangle is equals to 2 bracket length plus width. 2 bracket length plus width. That is the perimeter of a rectangle. Now, to find width of a rectangle when perimeter and length is given, I'm going to give two formulas in this one, which is perimeter divided by 2 minus length. Perimeter divided by 2 minus length. Or we can equally do perimeter minus 2 times length all over 2. Perimeter minus 2 times length all over 2. Now, number three, to find perimeter of a rectangle when the width and perimeter is given, it becomes perimeter divided by 2 minus width, or perimeter minus 2 times width, or divided by 2. You get my point? Perimeter minus 2 times width, all divided by 2. That is all for the perimeter of a rectangle. Now we can go into the next one, which is the diagonal of a rectangle. The diagonal of a rectangle. When you talk about diagonal is the line that runs through the rectangle inwards. And to find the diagonal of a rectangle, it becomes that is length square plus width square, or in square root. That is the same formula of finding the hypotenuse of a triangle. That is the similarity. That is the same formula. That is perimeter. That is length square plus width square, or in square root. That is the same formula. And to find the other sides, the length when diagonal and the width is given. To find the length when diagonal and the width is given, it becomes diagonal square minus width square, or in square root. Diagonal square minus width square, or in square root. And the third one is to find the width when diagonal and length is given, which is diagonal square minus length square, or in square root. Diagonal square minus length square, or in square root. That is all about diagonal. I'm going to give some solving for everything that we did today. Now, and which is find the area of a rectangle when the width is equal is when the width is 8 and length is equals to is 10. Sorry, is 10. Therefore, it becomes length times width, as we said, which is the length there is 8 times 10, which will give us 80 centimeter square. But if it is the perimeter they are talking about, if they are talking about the perimeter, no longer the area, they are talking about the perimeter, they change this area to perimeter. It becomes 2 bracket length plus width, which will give us 2 bracket 10 plus 8. And 10 plus 8 will give us 18. Therefore, it becomes 2 times 18. 2 times 18 will give us 36 centimeter. Perimeter don't used to have square. You should know that. Perimeter don't used to have square. Now, and if you are looking for, okay, I mean they ask to find the diagonal. Find the diagonal when the length is 8 centimeter and the width is equals to 6 centimeter. Now find the diagonal. Therefore, it's going to be diagonal is equals to, that is length square plus width square. Therefore, the length square there is 8 square plus the width square there is 6 square, in square root. Therefore, 8 square gives you 8 times 8, which will give you 64, plus 6 times 6, which will give you 36, in square root. 36 plus 64 plus 36 will give you 100. Therefore, the square root of 100 is equal to 10 centimeter. Now, this is all I have for you for today.